Hi guys, so a week ago my computer crashed and I lost everything from the intro to editing software in general. So if you see me look down, I have like a script of what I want to say because I want this to be as concise as possible since I can't edit it. Warning though, there will be probably a lot of ums. So this week was this past 2 weeks was The Masque of the Red Death by Bethany Griffin. It was a book. It was kind of meh. I completely agree with that. I was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. It wasn't a retelling though, which I liked. I really love Edgar Allan Poe, like everything he's done. So this kind of fell really short of what I thought it could have been. I did like that the main character, Araby, kind of had Araby? We always have conflicts with how to pronounce things. I never know. But I did like that she had some problems, that she kind of had a backstory that was disturbing, and then as a character, like, you didn't love her right off the bat because she was out doing stuff that typically is not an endearing characteristic traits. That sentence didn't make sense. I'm sorry. Main gist. She did stuff that people don't normally go, hey, I like you as a person for doing that. So it was cool. It was kind of different than the normal, like, cookie-cutter female YA archetyped kind of thing. Or at least it was a less common version of one, because I mean there are, like, the disturbed teenage girl is kind of a classic one, along with the, like, plain Jane thing. Anyway, I also do love the idea of the setting, the kind of gothic, odd, macabre kind of thing. It's just very pretty in my mind, but it didn't really contribute to the plot. Like, there wasn't a whole lot it tied into it, but it wasn't, they didn't feed off each other like I thought they could have. There could have been so much, a general thing with this book was there could have been so much more detail, and I would have loved it so much more. I wasn't impressed or even very interested with the actual story, despite the promising premise. It's fairly interesting, you know, kind of storyline. It could have been really good, and it kind of just fell short. There's also a lot of plot holes and unanswered questions about the plague in general, plot holes in Araby's character, and like the vow especially. That whole thing didn't quite make sense or like hit me on a level that it should have as somebody, you know, vowing not to experience things because their brother died, yet she goes out and experiences a lot of things. And the bats. I really wanted to know more about the bats with the plague. That would have been really cool if they worked that in more. And they didn't. So, anyway, more detail kind of fell short of what it could have been. Overall, I would say give it a shot if you have, you know, read synopsises or anything, or like macabre kind of plague, Edgar Allan Poe inspired things. I would go for it, but don't have like super high hopes. That sounds awful. I always feel so mean when I critique things. But anyway, I don't want this to be 80 million minutes long, so I tried to make that as concise as possible. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye! You guys get to see me turn it off. I'm sorry.